to another discussion of exploration with a special guest today, Belinda. Belinda is going to be discussing ambitious mums. I absolutely love the title, Belinda, and I'm super excited to hear what you're going to share with our listeners. So can you go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners and our viewers?
Thank you, Sabrina. I am so honored to even have this time with you. So I'm Belinda. I am a mother of two boys, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. My background is in health visiting and midwifery. So I'm such a pro women's health, women doing their thing. And it just went along into my idea of ambitious moms. Ambitious moms is an idea that I had about a year and a couple of months ago now. And you know what's interesting? I had this idea, and it's literally just come from thinking about it and building on top of that idea without knowing where it's going, if that makes sense. And this is something quite interesting about ambitious moms, because ambitious moms are very creative. They're full of ideas. And the ambitious mom that I particularly like talking to is the one that's tired of going from one wall to the next and never going, over that wall to the place that she wants to go. And because I know I can totally relate with that. I've been there. I've touched many things. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Jump from job to job, jump from course to course. And when you become a mom, you realize actually you can't do everything. At some point, you just need to, focus and really go right within and think to yourself, what is it that you are really trying to achieve? We understand you're so creative. And so this ambitious mom that I'm really interested in, she's kind of frustrated, overwhelmed with having too many ideas, and she just needs to find her unique balance. And what also interesting about my loving ambitious mom that I love, she doesn't like the idea of the guilt that comes from missing out from her children, because remember, being an ambitious mom, there's some sacrifices that happens along the way. I can only relate because I'm a single mom. So as a single mom, and being ambitious on top of that, you do know that there's going to be some sacrifices and there's going to be a lot of guilt. Not that a mom that's married doesn't feel the same. Of course, it still happens. But it's just now you're doing it in the pressure of being a single parent as well. Yeah.
Wow, what a powerful introduction. Listeners, I hope you're taking note. I would definitely suggest that you get a pen, notepad, and take some notes, because I know that Belinda has so much to share. We've had a conversation just before hitting record. So it's very, very nourishing just to hear your point of view, your perspective. And I really admire you, because I know what it feels like to be a mother of young children. You've got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I think that's absolutely incredible that you're still honoring the essence of your ambitions, you're honoring the essence of your dreams and desires. And I think for women, it's so important to still know who you are when you're wearing the hat of being a mum, because sometimes it's quite easy for us women to be everything to everyone else, but then we question, who are we to ourselves? And, what's your viewpoint around that kind of honoring that aspect of, this is mummy's dream, I'm still mum, but I have dreams too? How does that sit with you?
I have to be honest, that didn't sit well with me in the beginning. That's only because I was so used to waiting for somebody, to give me the go ahead that it's okay, I need to do this. When you look around you, the other moms, they're mostly focused, it's all about it's not my time now, it's my kids' time. Or, you'd have a lot of that around you. So you'd feel like the odd one out, having to think about, actually, yes, I'm enjoying my everything that I do. I'm very, very productive in the day. I'll go to children's centres. I find myself getting creative in the day, going to parks, you name it, the things that you do for your child's stimulation and development. And then in my nighttime, it will be a time for me to, oh yeah, watch all these things that I want to do, all these creative ideas. And you're thinking other moms are also doing the same. And when you get on the call to them, it's like your conversations are not matching up. So you start to feel, okay, am I okay? Or, is anyone else relating here with me? But I really do find that it's, for me, I've had to own that. And I realized that it actually gave me a boost. It gave me a different kind of energy. It gave me some kind of routine, a structure. And I felt like it just gave me something to look forward to. It's almost like I was just, a new person. I've got a new focus. Instead of me spending so much time focused on what went wrong in my past relationship, what things that are not going well, the struggles that I was having, now I can put my focus in a different direction, and I can mingle with different people now. My children can see them in a different light, that kind of thing. And it really helps with the mum guilt. Well, actually, it starts with mum guilt, but it's the owning of why I'm doing what I'm doing and just being so bold to just hold it and just, uh, yes. And I think the hardest thing as well comes when I try to think too far in the future of, okay, so what's going to happen if all of this that I try to do doesn't actually play out to what? And I think to myself, well, no, there's so many women that's worked all their lives and they've done okay, and their children actually looked at what they did and they aspired to that. And they thought, I'm either going to be the same thing that my parents did, my mum did, or I'm going to do better. So I try to tell myself that to just make it sound good for me. If
Amazing.
that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. What I love, what you touched on a couple of times, is the guilt. Like, I feel like for the purpose of the listeners, we really need to just open that up for a discussion, because I feel that as women, we're often guilt tripped by society, guilt tripped. And I think the biggest one is ourselves, like how we speak to ourselves and really make ourselves feeling guilty for the choices that we make, for the things that we can or so-called can't do. Like, what's your thought process around the whole mum guilt, the internal self-talk?
Internal self-talk. I like that. Yeah. Because actually that's the internal self-talk is actually, it has to be one of the remedies, really. I would call it the remedy for mom guilt for any ambitious mom, because that's actually one of the things that would take you over that wall that we're talking about. um the way I've kind of looked at it now, it's, you read books, you name it, but really when you're dealing with it, you've got children right in front of you, and you've got these things sometimes that you have to do. And most ambitious moms, it's not the business that they do, and sometimes they actually have a 9 to 5 job that they have to do, and have other things they have, they've got going on. And I've just looked at it and said, that mom guilt, when it creeps up, it's just, don't always look at it as an immediate negative. It's actually your own personal reminder that, well, actually, you're one of those that cares so much about a good result for your children. So how about just look at it so in a different way? Okay, so even though I might feel guilty in this moment, what can I do different? At least it's showing you that you just have that big heart for things to go well for your children. Just don't stay in that moment forever. Just like try and just accept and say, okay, fine, I might feel guilty. That's showing me that I want to do something different about this. I might not want to keep giving my children that snack that I know I shouldn't do, because I just wanted to keep quiet while I have this important phone call. Okay, what should I do next time? Maybe I should prepare better before I have that phone call. What else should I do? Maybe I should get my children involved a bit more around what I'm doing. So I'm not constantly always having to patch things up. So it's like a whole different having a different perspective of mum guilt. It does happen. Some people, like I've come across some people that say, I don't identify myself with mum guilt. And I say, oh, okay, but I think it's definitely there a lot of times, and it's not something that just happens at one point. It's there mostly. It's just about in the day recognizing it and finding a way to get through it and not let it stop you. Because if you don't, It's going to stop your productivity. It's going to stop you in your tracks of even trying to have any kind of vision. So, and as an ambitious mom, if you're not working on those dreams and those visions that you have, it's there's all kinds of things that can really go not go in your favor. The stresses, the moods, and we don't want to go as far as some can even get depressed.
So true. Thank you for answering that. I think that's a really nice way that you've actually put that, because it's different for different people, and it's about perception and how we choose to repattern it, and we can use it to propel us forward towards our ambition. I really like that. One of the things that I've heard you say since you've been speaking is about network. You were saying going from one place, a surrounding environment, being around people that weren't so much resonant, and taking yourself around into an environment where it's more like-minded. Like, the importance around that, I can't agree with more. I like the fact that you've set up this group for ambitious mums, so you create this lovely safe space where you can mingle, check in with each other. Just for the purpose of the listeners, I wonder if you can explain, in your opinion, what is the importance of being very mindful of the people that are around you on the journey when you're an ambitious mum?
Oh, it's so important being aware of the network that's around you. That's what's going to keep any ambitious mom needs a support network. Just any house needs a structure. You're going to need a foundation, and your foundation is going to be that support network that you have. So an ambitious mom definitely needs to know who's in her corner. Number one, the people in her home. So it depends who's at home, your children. If you have a partner, they need to be on board, And this is the reason why the whole balancing thing that I like to just strive for, it's because it helps you just identify who's in what corner for you. Just knowing, okay, who do I have? Who can I call for a certain situation? Who can I have, like childcare situations, for instance? Who do I get help from if I just need to sleep? And just working with what you have, making sure you do have a network, and even especially having that community of like-minded women as well will really, really help. Because I know that it's definitely helped me in terms of going back on that mum guilt. When you start to network with other mums, you start to realize, oh wow, actually it's not just me. 1 minute. It's not just me. There's actually other mums out there that completely go through what I've gone through, and there's others that's already been through, and they've gone through the years, their children have grown up, and they were doing exactly what I was doing when their children were young. So it's really good to network, and it just helps to open up more avenues for your visions.
I love that. I really love that. And I love in an indirect way, you're saying trust the process. It's like just learning to be, and just realizing that it's all part of a bigger picture, but at the moment that's just one stage. It's a stage of transition, and I really love how you're giving women the permission. But also what I really love is that you've created that safe environment again. So if you're listening to this and you're a mother that's got an idea and you never really felt quite supported, or you're looking for some place to call home, just to be surrounded by some like-minded people, that's the infrastructure that you've actually created in this group for ambitious mums, so you can talk together, share together, check in with each other, and just utilize the components of the infrastructure. That this is a support system that's going to help you during your journey. We're here to celebrate you, to guide you, to nurture you. And I love that you've taken it upon yourself to do such a thing, being a mother of young children, being at home and going, well, we can just support each other from where we are. And I love that ethos. I love the fact that you said to me before that, some people are in there and they don't comment. And this is a thing that I really love. That's wisdom for me, because it's not everyone that's going to be very loud and like, I'm getting it and comment and interacting. Sometimes people just need to sit on the corner and just watch it. And sometimes the interactions alone is healing, because it's like, they've just asked a question.
Oh, yeah.
Or they've just said something. I didn't realize that I'm going through that. So sometimes you become the voice for the people that haven't quite found their voice. I really thank you for setting up this platform.
Oh, thank you.
How does it feel being able to support people in the way that you know is what you needed at one time?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Uh, it feels it's definitely it's a very good feeling, you know. I feel honored to the women on there that I've connected with, that resonate with me. So it's such a great feeling. And just thinking that I know that there's more that needs to be done. I'm so grateful for women like you, Sabrina, having to, yeah, because it's only when you connect with other moms and other women that's just been there, and they just give you that encouragement. Because I tell you, when you can just connect with people that can believe in you, it's enough. Sometimes it's enough to just keep you going. It's enough to keep your hold on that dream that you have, that vision. And on the days when it gets a bit hard, there's those people that are there, and that you can always get hold of them. They've been there, they've already shared their stories with you, you know so yeah, it's a very good feeling, and I'm so honored to have connected with many women on
That's
there.
beautiful. Listeners, I really want you to listen to the passion that's oozing out from Belinda right now. It's a safe space so you can feel listened to, supported, heard. And, they're there waiting to just go like, it's okay, I've been there, I've done that, you'll be okay, you'll get through it. And I really think that really rings true for everybody in every walk of life. It's just that we all need someone to lean on from time to time. No person has it all together. We were talking about our children just before we started recording, and talking about our imperfection being our essence of perfection. So sometimes for
Oh,
a
yeah.
mum, just hearing that you didn't have so much of a good day today, and that's okay. Not every day is going to be brilliant, but we can choose to pick out the silver lining around that grey cloud. And I really love the fact that the group that you've set up gives that infrastructure, that level of support and certainty that you're going to be okay. You're not alone. We're going to get through this together. And I think that alone is priceless, to be honest. I feel that
Oh,
as a
thank
mom,
you.
we know what that means to us. And, just to have that essence of priceless of, I just need a moment to breathe. Are you guys okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't breathe today. Like, I felt like all day I was piped up and just anxious, but knowing I can talk to you guys, I can breathe. Like, we don't
yeah,
realize that those things are
yeah.
priceless. Really. Oh,
No, thank you so much. You know what it is as well? It's um ambitious moms. I feel that there's so much that they can put on themselves. Like, I'm expected to be this, I'm expected to show up, I'm expected, to seem like everything's working out. But some days it's just not like that. And so this is why I just think it's so good to just connect with others, and especially when you can just be reminded that you're on the right track. It's okay. Because I've read a quote, or did I read a quote? I've heard this saying that you empower a woman, you empower her family, and you empower the community. Once you empower the community, you empower the nation, and you empower the nation, you've empowered the world. So because if the woman's not happy in the house, she's not going to cook the best meal. No one's going to be happy at that table, you know.
so true. I really
So,
love that. It's that the infrastructure of support pours out into our lives. I love the way you said that, because, when you have to go and prepare the meal, when you have to be there for the kids, it's really refreshing to know that you've had that top up that you need. You've had the outlet, because, when you're having a bad day, you need to know that there's somewhere you can go as an outlet. And this, especially if you're a single parent, but sometimes you're a married lone parent. I'm sure listeners, if you know that I'm talking to you, know exactly what I mean. Sometimes you're in a relationship but you feel alone, and
yeah.
just need someone to talk to. Sometimes we're in a family, we have massive families, but we feel alone because they haven't seen the truth of who we are, and we don't listen to each other. So it's like we're here but we're not here, and the truth of the matter is they don't really know me anyway. They don't understand me. So having a place to call home, like what Linda's put together, is a saving grace in many respects. It's a priceless essence to tap into, going, I feel heard here. Not only feel heard, I feel listened to. I feel like they're really there for me. On my bad days, they pick me up, and on my good days, they're celebrating with me. So I think that's a really priceless tool that you've put together. I really have. I really do.
Oh, thank you so much.
I wonder if you would be able to leave some information with the listeners, like maybe leave a closing message. Like, is there a message that you want to leave for the listeners? And then after that, if you can let people know how they can get in touch with you so they can continue this journey. You know, in life, sometimes less is more.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So I think for me, for ambitious moms out there, it's a lot to do with appreciating the ambitions you have in your house. So in your house, you have ambitions already, you know, because sometimes we're so quick to think the ambitions is something somewhere else. It's something, you know, I've got to reach somewhere other than my own home. But just the fact that, you know, you've made it through that morning, you've got the kids ready. I understand the situations are different right now, but yes, you are making it through the morning. The fact that, you know, you've made it and you're still standing, you're still managing to crack that smile, you know, when it gets tough. Those are ambitions you just don't even realize, and you should be ticking along the way, because we know it's already hard just knowing that you've got to do that. Then you already got other ambitions, you got to work on the business, the workload, all of that stuff, you know. So just understanding that, embrace that, embrace those moments, and still look forward to the big moments that, you know, you definitely achieve for your biggest dreams.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You know, I love that intrinsic message of celebrate all wins and acknowledging what it takes to actually do these things on a daily basis, because getting the children dressed is not a mediocre job. It's not a mediocre. We take it for granted that it's a massive task. It's a mammoth task in some house, depending on how the children want to actually orchestrate on that morning. So that's a beautiful closing message. And listeners, you know, rewind this, pause it, take notes, like I said at the beginning, and be sure to get in touch with Belinda, because she has got the support network that can support you as an ambitious mum so that you can go on that journey to grasp your dreams. So Belinda, how can people get in touch with you, sweetheart?
Oh yes, so currently I'm on Instagram, and I'm trying to navigate Facebook, but mostly I'm on Instagram, and it's ambitious_mums. Yes, so mostly I'm on there. I really should, you know, get onto other platforms soon. My website is upcoming soon. I'm also creating a program for ambitious mums finding their own unique balance through a self-care approach, because I truly, truly believe that mums need to put themselves first, you know, because, you know, once your cup is full, you know, you can always, you know, give out a bit more to your family and to your friends, to your business, to your work, and all other areas in your life. Yes, so do send me a message on there, and I'd like to connect with, yeah, many ambitious moms out there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Belinda, I've enjoyed sharing this time with you, listening to you, conversing with you, laughing with you. We've gone through all variations of emotions today, and it's been an absolute honor. So thank you for joining us here. Listeners, I really, really urge you to reach out to Belinda, get in touch with her on social media, namely Instagram, and continue your journey directly. So from me, thank you so much, and I wish you continued success in your journey, and I'm looking forward to watching you grow and your little kiddies as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh, thank you.